Okay, good evening everybody. Oh, and I'm standing up and saying I'm a sleep coach. And the ambassador says sleep what? Sleep coach. I mean, it's just a kind of new thing. So let's talk a bit about sleep. And today, so I see somebody has left the premises, and I do hope that they are went a bit earlier because they are early chronotypes and they are just preparing for a good night's sleep. So before speaking about sleep life hacks, about identifying your sleep chronotype, let's just like do some benchmarking for yourselves. So where you stand at right now with your sleep. How is your sleep on a scale from hopefully not 0 or 1 to 10, right? And I would kindly ask you to scan the QR code, or what's easier way to scan the QR code. And we will be switching. Yeah, okay. So I see some voting already. So, and 5 questions asked, basically 3 possible answers. If the question is, are you satisfied with your sleep? 3 possible answers. Rarely, never, sometimes, usually, always. How many participants? Something like 30, 40 we are there. 32. So, still, we have somewhere in the middle, sometimes, am I satisfied with my sleep? So we see the majority vote is there. So,
one person needs help of a sleep coach. Only one rarely never sleeps.
Yes. Second question. Do you stay awake all day without dozing? Dozing means napping or power napping. So, again, rarely, never, sometimes, usually, always.
But I don't want to.
Do you need? You may not want it. Do you need? So, usually or always, majority.
No,
Okay. Majority vote seems pretty one way, so majority is not there. So the third question, pretty specific one. Are you asleep between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m.? And then I will also be asking Edgars what he's doing, and the fridge is where. Okay. So majority also usually or always. So 4 questions, 5 questions altogether. So question number 4. Do you spend less than 30 minutes awake at night?
What is night? When it starts?
Bedtime when you go to bed, and wake-up time. So the time between bedtime and wake-up time, usually it's night time.
You mean like normal bedtime or your own bedtime?
Let's say we are going to sleep today and we are waking up tomorrow. Let's put it like that. Okay.
Probably you mean that you wake up, sit for 30 minutes and go sleep again.
It's kind of, it's not insomnia-like, but basically if you just like wake up between 2 and 4, let's say it's one thing, or you wake up and watch, take a look at your clock and you see it's basically, you know, some 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but we'll speak a little bit later. So it's something to do with the sleep latency, so how fast do you fall asleep? And it's not just like in right away, it's some 10 or 15 minutes counted there as well, right? So the question is, up to 30 minutes, it's okay. If it's more than 30 minutes, then we raise some questions, okay? So majority, usually or always, spend less, right? And last question, in general, do you sleep between 6 and 8 hours per night? Yes, usually always. I think I need to finish my. So pretty an interesting audience. So, okay. Yeah. So, surprisingly good audience. So this is so-called SATID test. So 5 questions: satisfaction, alertness, timing, efficiency, and duration. And if you count it together, the answers, if you did it, like we did it like on average basis, so you should approximate. Let's say if the best answer is 2 points, so you should approach to 10 points maximum, basically. But in general, I think it was only 1 in the first question, right? So somebody, but in general, the average score was pretty good, right? So and your initial positions are good. So it's like somebody remembers some guy named Sergei Muka who was just like jumping in a track and field athletics, and the world record was broken by 1 centimeter. So your sleep quality probably would need to be improved by centimeter by centimeter, inch by inch. But still, I think there is some valuable information I could share, and I would share. So it's about something about statistics. This is one research which I found back in 2019. Philips performed global sleep survey, and why it is of interest. Some 11 or 12,000 participants from 12 countries participated, and what do we have? So typical sleep science asks a question. So what is your sleeping schedule during work days, and what is your sleeping schedule during holidays, during weekends, right? And 11 or 12,000 respondents said it's a little bit less than 7 hours during working weeks, and it is approximating 8 hours during weekends. So we are adding a bit extra over weekends, right? So sleep science says it's one interesting thing that sleep doesn't have holidays. So we should do our best to sleep the same between 7.5 and 9 hours every day. Again, we should aim for that. But statistics shows that. Since recommended middle, the golden middle is 8 hours, but if we speak about focusing not on hours but on sleep cycles, so one sleep cycle is 90 minutes, so which consists of light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, right? During deep sleep, our bodies recover physically. During rapid eye movement sleep, when our eyes are moving back and forth, so we are recovering mentally, emotionally, memory is repaired. So basically, one such sleep cycle takes approximately 90 minutes. 5 such sleep cycles take 7.5 hours, 6 sleep cycles, 9 hours. So that's why I would claim that you should aim for 7.5 hours or 9 hours, 5 or 6 sleeping cycles. Moving next, 80% of the adults of this sample size of 11 or 12,000 people would say we would like to improve our sleep quality. Right, so 8 out of 10. 67 would say they typically waking up at least 1 time during night, which would not be that bad. So the next question would be, what would be the total amount of wakefulness? If it's less than 30 minutes, it's not a problem. If it's more than 30 minutes, so let's talk about it. So 63% claim, or 2/3 of respondents claim that they sleep longer over weekends. So that can be some strategy, but again, let's talk about it a bit later. About half are saying feel that they get enough sleep, although still 80% still would like to sleep better, right? But anyway, 50% feel that they sleep quite okay, and only 10%, 1/10, say that it's an exceptional sleep which we are having. So it's a bit of insights in our sleep quality. So, probably one of the most important slides. So, you guys, it's not only your profession, my profession, my background is finance. I used to be financial manager in-house for 26 years. Now I'm outsourcing financial manager. I'm aiming for some metrics, for KPIs, right? And what are the sleep KPIs? Sleep KPIs basically, most importantly, your sleep schedule. So we were having a discussion, when do we sleep? So I'm referring to the local time, right? Even if I move to Australia at one end or USA to other end, my body is readjusting to the local time zone, and really I'm going to sleep anyway during the night time, probably not immediately. Each hour of travel, so if you're going east or west, takes 1 day for the body to adjust to the local time zone. So if you're traveling US 7 to 9 hours, so 7 to 9 days, it will be full adjustment for the body to the local time zone, right? So therefore, sleep schedule, it doesn't matter so which country we are in, we are going to sleep today and we are going to wake up tomorrow. So why do we say midnight, right? Middle of the night, it's ideal sleep schedule, so 4 hours before, 4 hours afterwards. And realistically, probably it's some 2 hours before or some 6 hours after, right? It's not anymore midnight, as the word says. Total sleep, I put an asterisk in the west, because if you are, I don't see somebody from the east, at least I cannot recognize. If you come from the east, probably it's less sleep, less stress, and less sleep, right? So Eastern people in general sleep less. They would claim 6 hours would be fine for them. Again, lot more of meditation or things like that. We are in the Western world, so sleep science in the West says between 7.5 and 9 hours on average. Latency, so falling time which is used when we are falling asleep, latency, right? Up to 15 minutes. If you put your head on your pillow and you are just like switched off, like a laptop, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign, right? So it's a sign of sleep deprivation. So it should be a gradual, how do you call it, dissipation, right? So it's a kind of some poetic word. So basically you just like fall asleep gradually, right? So, up to 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, because the sleep cycle is just like, I mean, we had one discussion in a recent time that, can somebody remember how do you exactly fall asleep? I mean, I just started to think, I never remember how I fall asleep. You just like lie in a bed, just think something, you just relax, and then you wake in the morning, right?
No, actually.
Yeah?
I have this same state when my toes became, like a dream, very low, about my control, but I'm still half awake.
Yeah.
So.
And when we were kids, we were having such a joke. So the one who first falls asleep just raises his or her hand, right? so it's about that. Latency up to 15 minutes. Then deep sleep and REM sleep. This is the quality sleep which we are aiming for. Deep sleep, it's a physical recovery. The body after the workload of the day is recovering physically. REM, rapid eye movement. It's rapid eye REM, such a nice band is there, like Losing My Religion, one of the best songs, right? Rapid eye movement. It's in sleep science. It's basically the stage that emotional, mental, memory capabilities are stored during the night. Which means if we go to sleep late, we are stealing ourselves of deep sleep, because deep sleep appears in the first part of our sleep in the night. And if you are waking up early, we are stealing ourselves from REM sleep, because REM sleep appears closer to the second part of the night in the morning. So therefore, these 7.5 hours and 9 hours are really important to be followed. Awakening is during night up to 30 minutes. It's fine. We just need to I will show later on the pictures from my, I should put it like this, Oura ring, which is sleep ring, and it just says, I see some white spots which are awakenings during the night time, and I don't remember those, but the ring is just like collecting all this information, and I see that all of a sudden I'm just like, I don't know, half an hour or more awakened during the night. It's just like going to one side, one other side. Somebody was asking about sleeping positions, and it's going to the, if I drink some water close to the sleeping time, I need to go to the WC or VC during the night time. It's again some awakening. So up to 30 minutes, it's fine, including 15 minutes latency, right? So it's fine. Wake up. This is the golden standard of high sleep quality. Waking up without an alarm clock, right? If you do it one day, I would say it's a reason for celebration, and it's not on our weekends. It's just like, or if it's a celebration, then it's a working day. If you do it on 2 days, I mean, it's a nice thing, at least for myself. I believe for you it's probably different. If it's consistently, this is the golden standard for your sleep quality, right? If you are able consistently to wake up at your time. We are ending this presentation with sleep chronotype. You will clarify are you wolf, lion, or bear. So, and if you are in accordance with your sleep chronotype, yes.
I have a question. You told that it is good if you wake up at the same time, but if you are wake up at the same time and you are sleeping 5 hours per day, so
if you don't come from east, I would challenge the amount of time for sleep in 5 hours. So and I would encourage you then to use some gadget, either it's a ring or wrist or bracelet, to measure your sleep for a month or so over time when you are sleeping these 5 hours. And let's take a look at your sleep cycles, and then have a discussion about that. I would challenge that statement. Okay?
Thank you.
So, high levels of energy. So this is the outcome which we all are aiming at, right? So during the working day, so when the energy is the highest in the morning, right? So, okay, coffee, maybe coffee is there, maybe not. Then midday, noon is coming, then afternoon. So what about the energy, right? So we can visualize that, right? And this is the outcome, one of the outcomes. Of course, we have some different workloads, moving positions, as Armand was explaining, may lead to some quicker usage of resources, right? Fatigue is coming, so probably this Pomodoro effect is not working. We are like 4 hours staring at the screen or whatsoever or in the meetings. So whatever the reason, right? But still, high levels of energy, so during all day long. So this is one of the metrics we are aiming for. And then movement is one thing, power naps is another thing, and we have some different strategies how to maintain the energy during the day at the highest level. So, yes, the guy who asked about 5 hours, so one of the answers is here, one of the answers. And it's not even 5 hours. If it's 7.5 or 9 hours, if you sleep by 1.5 hours less, alertness reduces by 30%. Right? Again, this is approximation, right? And what does it mean? If I sleep 6 hours, percentage of chances of injury is 70% more. Right? If I sleep, again, the benchmark, if I sleep normally 7.5 hours, let's say, to the minimum, right? This is one part of the answer. But again, I wouldn't exclude that somebody may sleep these 5 hours. But it is rather exception than a general rule, right? And anything familiar, right? I've caught myself in some cases that I'm just like, okay, I've slept a bit less. I'm coming to my car. You know, where are my keys? Somewhere in the same place upstairs, right? So it's about focus. It's about focus. Now, 6 or 7, I believe, life hacks about how to aim at these quality sleep metrics. First and most important, one thing which you need to know about sleep, and if it's only one thing, this is it. So basically, most important thing is consistency in terms of bedtime and wake-up time. Again, we should aim at our best. We are at different life cycles. Somebody is at his or her 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, right? So different social roles whatsoever. We should aim for that, right? And the consistent bedtime and wake-up time within, again, plus minus, let's say 1 hour, not just like, you know, today, like it's a bit late probably, right? And I'm going to sleep like 2 a.m. And tomorrow it's like 10 p.m. And I mean, it's not about consistency, right? Watching for evening sleepiness. We are speaking in a minute about lighting, which is here, and is it okay to have such lighting in the bedroom, right? So, but then anyway, anybody feel some sleepiness right now? A bit like, no? Yeah, I would love to, let's say, gradually calm down, basically, right? Of course, I will finish up the lecture, but I would love to kind of dim some lighting, some chill out a bit, right, and prepare for tomorrow, and some sleepiness is coming. I would invite everybody just to think about your sleepiness every evening. Just to think about it, notice it, and when you notice it, think about it. It is your sleep hormone melatonin. It just starts to signal, guys, it's time again to prepare for a good night's sleep. And if you just like extend your wakefulness, I mean, take a closer look probably. Snooze button in the morning. Also, warm recommendation is just one time. Just one time. Why? What is the time frame between the first snooze button and the second snooze button? Time frame. How many? 5 minutes?
9, 10.
9, 10, right? Anybody 90 minutes between, right? Because sleep 90 minutes? 15. If somebody says there are 90 minutes between the snooze buttons, 2 times 2x is 3x, it's not about only, investing in crypto, 2x, 2x is 3x is whatsoever. But the problem is, if it's 5 minutes, even 15 minutes, sleep cycle is 90 minutes, the full sleep cycle, right? And we are just like getting like very light sleep, like 5 minutes, it's an alarm clock. We are just awakened. Again, it's 5 minutes, and it's no quality sleep. It's better to wake up, okay, it's a bit sleepy, then you may make some power nap session, 10, 15, 20 minutes during the daytime, right? To just support your body to survive, so to say, by the night, by your regular bedtime. But no more than one, okay, right? But it's not quality sleep. It's a waste of time, okay? So, which would lead to less sleepiness and more alertness. And then there's one compromise. Sleep science is in agreement over longer sleeping during the weekends on Saturdays, up to 1 sleep cycle, 1.5 hours. Why? Because Sundays still basically you have some room for maneuver, but Monday is already your regular working hours, right? Your regular working week. So try to still follow the same bedtime and wake-up routine. Again, try to do your best. That's the best recommendation. So another thing, this is basically sleep hygiene, sleep habits, right? So how to get ready for a quality sleep. I think the full class or lecture of 5 months qualifies for a quality sleep, because if I'm not moving correctly and I'm making some part of my body to ache, probably it will make some effect on my sleep or whatsoever, right? So it's all day long effort to think about sleep. But sleep science is a bit more specific. It says focus on your sleep at least 1 hour before your regular bedtime. Is it 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, or midnight, 12 o'clock, right? And American sleep doctor, Michael Bruce, offers such a concept as power down hour. If I'm a bear, by sleep chronotype I'm a bear, I should go to sleep, let's say around 11 p.m. Which means 10 o'clock I'm switching on my power down hour, and I split it in 20 minute periods. So first 20 minutes I'm preparing for tomorrow, so probably if I need to iron some shirt or backpack for kids or whatsoever, I'm doing like that, not in the morning, rush or whatsoever. Second 20 minutes evening hygiene, nobody cancel toothbrush or shower or whatsoever. And last 20 minutes relaxation before sleep, right? So some stretching, some probably reading a book, some meditation, some breathing exercises, probably some mindful counting, right? I have a full class on basically on workout, on workshop, how to prepare for sleep. And one of the life hacks, I can share one of my 20 favorite exercises. If you just all of a sudden are waking up during the night, and cannot fall asleep, and you're not going, to do some stretching or whatsoever, you would like to remain in your sleeping position, count backwards from 300 to 0 with a step of 3. 300, 297, 294, 291, and try to do it to 0 with the first effort. pretty, I would again challenge that you will not be able to do that. So it's not like one by one, which is easy for the brain. The brain is focusing with math. So and then you're doing that, and if you're doing it slowly, like let's say you're one by one. So it's pretty effective drill, basically, right? So to go to sleep back, right? If it happens at some point. Light, very important point because our eyes are the way how the body communicates with the external environment. Right now, I'm watching that this is really powerful light. So I would say it's pretty motivating and it's pretty energizing, right? And if this type of light is in my bedroom, my regular bedtime will be postponed because my eyes are reading the light and signaling to the brain. This is sun. Okay, it's artificial, but it's still sun. So there's daylight, and melatonin, sleep hormone, is being postponed, right? And it's a bit. We are more energetic for a longer time. So I would dim down the light. So that's why the second point is your own lamp stock count, inventorization, stock count. Let's just take a look at this lamp. Is perfect for morning, for working hours, in the evening. So it would be good if you would be able to dim it a bit. What is the best signal in terms of light for eyes, for the body? So the best framework is which mirrors the sunset. When sun sets, what is the color range?
Orange.
Orange, like yellowish, orange. Basically, this is the way. And if we just like mirror that in our kitchen, if we are doing some late, whatsoever, especially in bedroom, right? And then even orange or reddish, basically, I have the red light in my bedroom. I can switch it during nighttime. It doesn't prevent from the sleep. You can just see everything. You cannot read the book, but you can see the environment, and it's red everywhere, right? So I would say that it would be really important to review your lighting patterns in your living environment. Blackout curtains, right? Also, so because we are facing the summer period, daytime is becoming longer, right? And I remember kids were smaller, and they're saying, and I was saying tomorrow either it's a kindergarten or school, they're looking through the window. But Dad, it's just like very light outside. Oh, it's okay, it's 11 p.m. or 12 almost, but it's light. We are going to sleep when it's dark, right? But in that case, blackout curtains are of help because I'm still aware if I go to sleep at 11 p.m. and there's light outside, it's a bit difficult to fall asleep, right? So, gadgets outside bedroom 1 or 2 hours before sleep. Why? We have some built-in blue light there. Okay, we can dim it somehow, but still the effect is there. It's one thing. And gadgets have another powerful effect. The power of the message. So what is there? And if we read some message before the sleep, it would be a good thing if a favorite football team is just like beating the opponent. But it can be some political aspect. It can be something. I mean, it's just like triggers our nervous system, right? It's a twofold effect. It's basically the blue light and then nervous system is triggered. And sleep mask. So I just returned from Lithuania, yes. And what did they do? So I didn't have. So I had something like very not so black curtain. So a sleep mask is a must when we travel, right? Because we don't know. So what would be the environment where? And my recommendation would be not just like plain sleep mask, and it's not only for ladies, it's also for guys. We need some space for eyelashes, right? Because if I put it like plain, I put it on my eye, and eyelashes do not have space, and it's really discomfortable, right? And then we need some space for eyelashes. So and then putting the mask actually is pretty comfortable. So it's complete darkness here, right? So and eyelashes are moving freely, so it's not a problem. It's not a problem fall asleep according to my regular sleep schedule. So sleep mask if needed. So, next thing which I am having on my table, so this is a CO2 meter, this is a temperature meter, and this is a moisture meter. So, and it figures a little bit deviate, so it's 953 here, but still, there's others. Still in a green zone, I would say the ventilation here it's on a good level. We have up to 1000 ppm, parts per million, so as a measurement. Then we switch to the yellow zone. The yellow, and then red zone is something like 3000, I believe. In office, the same thing in a bedroom, basically. So if you have bad air, so basically CO2, so it's like, how do you say in English? Latvian we say cirvi var pakart. So ox can be hang in air. So it's a very heavy air, basically, low quality air. And it just like, we need oxygen. We need oxygen, high quality oxygen, but not CO2. So you see, I put very close to my mouth and CO2 levels immediately are there, 1000 and yellow zone. So also temperature, it's pretty well temperature here, 23.5 degrees. In a bedroom, we need to have 17 or 19 degrees. A little bit on the chilly side, right? And moisture here, 33% of moisture. So it's not regular, it's local office, right? So 40 to 60. So the golden standard, not only for sleep, basically 40 and 60%. Okay. So hydration. So water. Water is a really important element of life, in metabolism whatsoever, and I'm quoting water sommelier, Dan Vojevoch, maybe you have heard about the guy, the first water sommelier in Eastern Europe, Latvia inclusive, really knowledgeable guy, and his recommendation, of course, also is drink water, and why warm water in the morning. For my habit is I'm drinking actually 750 milliliters warm water first in the morning. And it's not only about like replenishing water reserves. Do you know how much water do we lose during the night? Through exhale, through sweating, through going to the WC. So how many liters do we lose approximately during the night? Closer to 2 liters. Closer. So replenishing water reserves in the body in the morning with any water is fine. With the warm water, why warm water? Because what is the body temperature?
Less energy to...
Yes, exactly. So if you drink cold water, our energy is spent to warm up water in the body, so we spend our energy just to warm up the water. So therefore in the morning, if you drink like 30 degrees, 40 degrees warm, reasonably warm water, it saves energy, improves digestion, calms down the nervous system, and improves metabolism.
Do you because I drink before breakfast? Just...
That's another story. Before, better, yes. During the eating times, probably less. And still, the opinions are different. It is about nutrition. Okay, coffee. So, two commodities worldwide are really, very well sold. It's oil and coffee, basically, right? And I like the quote from Ilse Konrad, which is well-known endocrinologist in Latvia, really reputable. And I like to quote her that coffee basically can be either poison or rocket fuel. And what is the difference? The difference is in what body are you just like, let's say, pouring the coffee in. If you are waking up stressful, lacking energy and you're drinking coffee, that's a poison. Because it's the caffeine, it's a kind of stress to the body, basically, right? But if you have had a good night's sleep, 7.5 hours, 9 hours, and it is a kind of ritual. For me, I quote Bitcoin, so my Bitcoin standard is 1 cup of coffee per day. Second, the worst case is a decaffeinated coffee, which is having much less caffeine. Why much? So decaffeinated, in Latvian we say it wrong, bez caffeine coffee. There is no such thing as none without caffeine. Decaffeinated coffee, but it has proportion 1 to 5. 1 cup of coffee is equivalent of 5 approximately, or even more, cups of decaffeinated coffee. It's like non-alcoholic beer, right? According to the law, non-alcoholic beer has up to 0.5, right? Up to. So basically there is a little bit of alcohol even there. So specialty coffee, I would pay attention to, we have at least 3 nice specialty coffee providers, Calve, Rocket Bean Roastery and Rito. So they are making, they are basically having high quality standards. So, and if we drink conventional coffee and if we drink specialty coffee, it's really, really differential. The quality is of specialty coffee, each spoiled coffee bean is eliminated, whereas in conventional coffee everything is blended together and we are drinking something of average quality, even branded names, right? So I would pay attention to using specialty coffee. And yes, and coffee is having basically affecting our pH levels, our environment. Let's try to drink some water, so to make acidity levels in balance. Okay. Last but not least, probably alcohol and sleep. I do fully recognize that using alcoholic drinks. So this is a practice of relaxation and socialization. It's not a type of hunger, and I'm referring to the one of the. I'm coming back. 6 types of hunger. So some nutritional science says there are 6 types of hunger, and only 2 are genuine types of hunger. So one is thirst. It's not about eating; it's about usage of water. And another one is nutritional hunger. So we need to eat to survive. Emotional hunger, empty stomach hunger, low blood sugar hunger, these are not needed for our survival. And alcohol and coffee basically it's an emotional hunger, right? You can survive without using either of them, right? But in terms of socializing, in terms of relaxing, it's fine. Okay, sleep science doesn't fight that, but sleep science recommends some tools how to lessen the negative effects of alcohol usage. Basically, by using one, let's say, glass of alcohol, whatever smaller, the stronger alcohol glass is smaller, I assume nobody will drink whiskey from 0.5. It should be some probably smaller glasses, and beer from larger glasses. 1 glass of water for each glass of alcohol. In terms of sleep, once you're approaching sleep, right? Or stop use alcohol 1.5 hours before sleep. It's really tentative because some sleep specialists say it's probably better or safe side 3 hours. Stop using that in order not to affect sleep, because deep sleep will be fantastic, but REM sleep will be affected. So your mental capabilities next day would be affected, right? Because REM sleep will not, even if you sleep 10 hours, 12 hours, mentally it will not be covered. So it will be fragmented sleep structure, most likely, right? And therefore, let's do it wisely. If you use it, let's use it wisely. Okay, I'm approaching to the final part of my presentation or lecture. How to measure sleep. So, and first thing, we can have different gadgets, smart watches. So we can have some apps in a phone. We have some sleep bracelets like Whoop, Fitbit, right? And you just name the brand. So, so 40 minutes are up. So, and I'm using a Finnish sleep ring Aura. Actually, I was not using it for 2 years, but I was preparing for the presentation, for a discussion, and I started to use it for 1 week ago. I used it for 5 years, like it was enough for me for research, and 2 years nothing, and just present some of my data for last week. So probably the best accuracy is with the sleep ring, because the technology reads the data from the blood flow and during night time, so the fingers are more accurate than the wrist actually, right? If you just like use the bracelets or smart watches, accuracy around the wrist in terms of blood flow will be lower than the ring. The accuracy is there, but still you can use any type of gadgets. Professionally, I've done it once. PCG, it's not Paris Saint-Germain. It's polysomnographic sleep test, and you go to the sleep lab. It's like full of gadgets, right? And you stay overnight, and then you measure your sleep quality there. This is some extreme metric. If you are snoring, probably you need to think about, you need to test it, whether the sleep apnea is not a risk, it's a sleep disorder, because sleep apnea or snoring in a worst case scenario can lead to lethal outcome. There are some consequences. That's another topic. So if the snoring is an issue, so I would invite you to investigate that. And if you are measuring with any type of device or sleep, what we are measuring? Total sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, and awakenings. So four if to mention, but of course there are a little bit more metrics there. So I can share. Can you see it from there? Probably not so very much. So today I was in a hotel. Not my so the data are from today. Sleep cycles. So you see, the sleepiness was coming quite early. I went to sleep yesterday around 10 p.m. I woke up without alarm 6:56, around 7. Some nice deep sleep in the bottom of the sleep cycle. You see by 1 a.m. Right, and then deep sleep is not anymore present. Then I have light sleep, and REM is starting to occur somewhere like closer to 2 a.m. And that's 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. The upper between light blue and white spots. So this is REM sleep. And on average, basically, what did I have? I had 22% quality sleep in REM and 19% on 1.5 hours of deep sleep, which is fine. But since it was, I was having this nice metric also with me, it was showing like something like similar, 24 degrees Celsius. And for sleep, what does it mean? 24 degrees of Celsius in the bedroom, it's like in Tashkent, or it's like in Africa, right? And you cannot fall asleep. And you see, my latency was 30 minutes. My best score, let's say 17th of April, which is some days earlier, my latency was 7 minutes at home. Here I slept at home. It was my best score. 7 minutes and I was falling asleep. Yesterday it was 30 minutes. It was kind of hot. Then I just start to, let's say, switch on the, ventilator. Then, okay, it's kind of not working. I'm opening the window. The traffic is there. All of a sudden, there's a kind of, all the night the traffic is there. Of course, I'm having earplugs. So I'm putting the earplugs. Somehow, it took time. So then you see these white spots. These are awakenings during the night, right? Here also there are some. It was some reason for a little bit longer one, but here it was just like all the time. We had some issues there. And altogether, I was awake 1 hour, 15 minutes. Yeah, this night. But still, the energy is there because I have the background. So, how to measure sleep if I don't have any gadgets? So, how to measure sleep gadgetless? And here, these are my selected questions. If you answer to them on your own, and you have positive answers, then you are on the safe side. How do I feel just after the wake up? This is probably the most important question in the morning, right? Full of energy or a little bit stolen deep sleep or REM sleep, then I have either physical, like still fatigue is there, or mentally I'm not there. Do I need a cup of coffee to kickstart my day? Right, that's a question. So probably it's also of importance. How do I feel during the day? So when the energy level is fluctuating during the day. What time in the evening sleepiness occurs? And how fast do I fall asleep? And about awakenings, how frequently do I awaken? So these are the valuable questions to follow up and notice and make some changes in sleep habits. And approaching basically the end of my discussion, sleep chronotypes, right? So early birds, or basically, so we have this classification by American sleep doctor. So there are 4 sleep chronotypes, but the 4th dolphin, it's a kind of extreme, it's related to the sleep disorders. Regularly we have lion. Why lion? Because lion is a kind of early bird, so bedtime 9 or 10, so it's already 10, so lions should go to sleep. So waking up early, 5:30, 6:30, again approximately. Bears, 50% of global population go to sleep around 11, right? So waking up 7, 8 a.m. And wolves basically are the latest birds of midnight and 8 to 9. So if you are interested in your sleep chronotype, I think the presentation will be available. You have the sleep doctors, American sleep doctor questionnaire, 36 questions. You will fill it in English, and you will have some confirmation, I believe, of what you know. But you will be classified in one of the 3 brackets, and basically then I would say you should know already your regular wake-up time and bedtime, but it will be reconfirmed once again. Okay. Okay, and that's all from my side. So, and I'm ready for questions. So, lady.